Hi everyone, this is Jennifer Hogencamp from Citrin Cooperman in the United States, and I'm happy to give you a quick update on the U.S. hospitality market. As we know, the pandemic destroyed the hotel and lodging market in 2020 and into 2021, and the effects are really still being felt. In the U.S., as I'm sure you've seen around the world, the hotels are suffering, especially in urban areas and those that housed business travelers. Fortunately, in the U.S., we've seen in leisure markets, especially outside of urban areas where people can travel, that there's a large pent-up demand. And this summer, hotels saw occupancy and rates in those areas unprecedented numbers, where they've even beat 2019 metrics and had banner years. The problem, though, as a secondary hit to the industry, is staffing shortages are severe, and the workforce in hospitality is down by approximately 40%. Typically, there's a lot of visas in the summer, then international travelers and students that come over to help, and those weren't seen as much this year. But on top of that, there's a lot of staff that have left the industry altogether and taken this opportunity to find jobs elsewhere. So the workforce is a significant problem here in the U.S. On the transaction side, there's a lot of pent-up demand for purchasing assets. There's a lot of capital on the sidelines that's waiting to be deployed, but buyers aren't willing to pay what the sellers want right now, and there's a significant gap. Sellers don't want to sell at bargain purchases, but buyers want to buy at that spot. So there's a lot of capital. There's not a lot in receivership or in foreclosures. Banks really worked with the hotels, as no bank really wanted to own a hotel. And it was challenging, but a lot of the banks refinanced or pushed out loans, interest only, or deferred portions of the principal to help out the industry and, get them through this tough time. There's very little by way of new supply and new construction, and I think we're going to see that for several years. But what we're also seeing, and what has also suffered the most, is typically those reserves that are put aside for capital improvements were not funded. So I think we're going to see a deterioration of some of the properties over the next few years, and hopefully as things come back and there's going to be a lot of spend in the next 5 years or so on making those improvements again and getting the properties back to where they should be. So that's the update. We're hard at work here in the U.S. helping on consulting for federal and state grants, like I said, and also helping with the refinances and with banking relationships and trying to help with any sales opportunities that we can. So if you ever need help, we in the U.S. at Citrin Cooperman are here to help.